Guys, Brian back with another Kaspa update here. If you could please let me know how the audio is in the comments. Hopefully it's a lot better. Went out and bought a brand new condenser mic. So this is without the sound card. If I have to hook up the sound card, I will. I apologize about the other audio. I was trying to use a boom mic and just wasn't working out. It was way too touchy. But anyway, this is Kaspa on the daily. I got a very good article here I want to share with you guys real quick. It's not real long, but it says Kaspa price prediction: the whales flocking to a surging crypto with a 35x price prediction. It says here in this article, we will take a look at the factors that could affect Kaspa, the price forecast, and what analysts are saying about its future. We will also investigate the recent surge in the price of a new altcoin that is set to change a $1 trillion market. If we go down through here, what is Kaspa? If you want to freeze that and read it, and you're more than welcome to, I will stop here for a second. And most of us that are here, we already know what it is. That's why we're invested in it. And if you're new to Kaspa, you might want to read this and take a look. But let's move down here. Expert price forecast for Kaspa. This revolutionary technology hasn't gone unnoticed by the crypto industry. Kaspa was priced at 0.005 on January 1st and has already seen its price skyrocket to 3 cents, representing an impressive 500% increase in just over 3 months. Analysts are now predicting that Kaspa could reach prices as high as 10 cents by the end of 2023. This would represent a 65x from its 2022 price and make Kaspa one of the most profitable investments of the year. Absolutely. Now, it does go on to say, however, analysts are also quick to note that with so many Kaspa holders in profit, a larger sell-off could cause a correction in the near future. Now, we talked about that a couple videos ago. If we get this next 5 waves up, about a major correction after that, with the weekly RSI getting up there. It is resetting, which is great. That's what we're waiting for most of all here. And this thing is, but if we get that 5 waves up, we talked about a major correction coming in. You know, it would be an ABC back down, and then would go from there. But quite honestly, I don't see holders selling their tokens right now. I mean, I'm not. I have no interest in that right now. Too low prices for me. I think this thing has got a lot more in store, and you're never going to buy it as cheap as we, most of us got it. So if you bought way back in here, especially, geez, if you bought back in October or something, 0.0017, there ain't no way you're gonna dump it now. This thing in a bull run, that's what you want to wait for. Not financial advice, obviously, but I think that's what a lot of people are waiting for. When I got in on Gala Games, I got it for 0.0. I got 100,000 Gala for I think $15. I bought 250,000 Gala for $37. 250,000 went up to 83 cents. So I did not dump it until I didn't sell it at the top. I wish I would have. Honestly, I wish I wouldn't have sold it at all now. But I think everybody's waiting for a lot bigger prices. But here's the crypto bubbles on the day. You can see not a whole lot of green out there. Bitcoin has come down a little bit on the hourly, though. They're starting to get some pops out there. Kaspa's almost up 1% for the last hour. STX, it broke out of that double bottom, which is great to see. I cover that quite a bit. Been waiting for that. A lot of coins out there look like they're making double bottoms, which is pretty awesome. All right, but if we get back here, number one here, guys, I want to show you. Obviously, everything ties in together in this market. Okay, we've been talking about that falling dollar. That thing is getting down there now on the daily. Now, obviously, this could look like a double bottom too. It's a perfect structure for a double bottom. Okay, you got the double bottom, then take off. This thing could. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. But obviously, we are expecting this thing to make a 5 wave down. All right. which right up here, let's zoom out of here a second, we would have had our 1, 2, 3, 4, and our final fifth wave down here, which I'm expecting it to break that 100 mark down into the 90s. But and we are trapped under the 50 and 200 now, the DXY, and nobody wants to really see a falling dollar, but it is good for crypto. Every time the dollar falls, crypto shoots up. So the daily RSI on this thing is coming down, and the weekly is way getting down there. So this thing could have a bounce coming up. It could come back up and hit this resistance. Former support, now resistance. We broke down through it, got the back test there as resistance, and on the weekly, that 50 is now resistance. Came back. It's crazy how these things work out, these charts, when you really dig into them and look. That 50 was up there and the former support line. It got rejected right off of it. So we'll see what happens with this thing. But obviously on the daily, it's still coming down, and it's getting down there to that point now. If it does break below that 100, it could come the whole way down to this 200-day moving average. So that's the dollar. I wanted to show you Bitcoin dominance also, because it is on the verge. You can see it's been in a channel, okay, since what is that, May of 21. So it 2 years now it's been in this channel, bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. And you can see the weekly RSI down there at the bottom, right down here. Look how high that thing is. Now it is aiming back up here. Okay, now it is right at the top of this channel. We do not want to see Bitcoin dominance break out. All right, if we put this on the daily, I'm going to show you something here. This thing's got bearish divergence. Okay. Had this high here, all right, and down here on the regular RSI, not the stochastic. Let me zoom in a little bit more so we can make this a little bit more visible. But okay, we had this high right here, which was here. Then we had a higher high with the, we'll say, price, okay, which was a lower high on the RSI. Then we had even a lower high down over here. So this thing was obviously trending. Whoops. Let me get me some room here. Get the trend line. But you can see it's obviously trending down while this was trending up. So we got bearish divergence on this Bitcoin dominance, which we definitely want to see this thing break down. Okay, now that it's at the top of that channel, that daily RSI, it's right about in the middle. So we'll just have to play this as it goes. But if it does break this upper resistance, this thing could really take off. And Bitcoin dominance, that means Bitcoin takes more of the market share than the altcoins do. So we'll have to play that and see how that goes. As far as the RSIs and the bearish divergence, hopefully we get a breakdown here. It's riding right along that 50 EMA right now. But hopefully that thing breaks down and more money flies into the altcoins here. Let's get back to the Kaspa chart. Alright, I want to get this on here. We had that wedge forming up here, okay? Now temporarily, looks like we have broken down below that, alright, which happens a lot. These lines get violated a lot, and then a lot of times you'll see a fake out to the downside. People will sell, and then it will break out the top. I've seen that so many times, okay? We have held this bottom here at 0.0228. We have held that beautifully, okay? We have had a double touch on that. I hate to bring back the double bottom thing, but a double bottom is a very bullish pattern and a possible reversal point ever since we got to this all-time high over here on April 2nd. All right, we've been downtrending with lower highs and lower lows ever since. Okay, right here's where that pattern, where we could have possibly bottomed out. Now we have a higher low. Okay, now we need that higher high to come in here, which if we go through these RSIs, that daily, you can see right where it's at. And on the stochastic and the regular RSI, it's down to 30s on the stochastic. So that thing could bust right up. Now if we go to the higher time frames, the 12-hour is still on its way up, but down at the bottom, the regular RSI, it's at a 47. All right, just over halfway on this thing. The 8-hour, okay, that 8-hour RSI is looks like it's curving over. All right, and I wouldn't be surprised if it consolidates here a little bit, especially until Bitcoin makes a move. But let's go through the lower time frames. The 4-hour is turning down. Okay, there's nothing alarming on here. I don't see any bearish divergences anywhere, nothing like that. The RSI is riding right along with this thing, so everything's looking all right as far as that goes. Let's get a look with that weekly is the thing we are most pumped about, which that thing should be reset. It's already starting to curve, as you can see down here at the bottom. Look at that thing already starting to bend. All right, and it's at a 13 and a 20 right now. By Monday, right now this is Saturday. By Monday, this thing should be reset. You know, so we could quite possibly see an explosive move out of Kaspa here. You know, come Sunday night into Monday. But Bitcoin itself, it's at 28.9 now. It's having that battle up there with that 30,000 still. Let me get this on here. But it is still above the 50 and 200. This is on the weekly. And that weekly RSI is coming down on Bitcoin. So that thing could curve right back up though. But the daily is getting pretty high on it. All right, and we're still riding that 50. You can see how these moving averages work. I mean, look at that. Every time it's come down, it's gotten a bounce right off of it and got another bounce right off of it here. We do not want to lose that 50, all right, with this daily coming down. Of course, these things you can see how up and down these things go. It can turn up at any time, especially in an area like this. The 4-hour RSI on Bitcoin is coming down. We have a green candle on the 4-hour though, which is nice to see. Actually getting a pretty nice bounce. It came down to that 28.422, and we are at 28.9 right now. But you can see this upper resistance band that we have in here. See the yellow, the gray area. You can see how many it's touched it here, and almost came up and touched it there. But these resistances, you know, a lot of people, I like the theory, it's almost like beating on something with a hammer. The more times you hit it, the weaker it gets. So hopefully Bitcoin can bust up through there. It'd be nice to see it take out that 31,000, this top right over here, and that would definitely get the market moving. But all right, guys, thank you so very much. Please hit the like and subscribe. I would appreciate that so very much, and please let me know how the sound is, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Have a great night, everybody.